Hello, dear UPSC and APSC aspirants. Welcome to the detailed daily news analysis of 9th December 2023. Please note that after this analysis, you will get a link in the description. Taking that link, you can get the examination of today's daily news analysis. Let us start. The first news is regarding the disqualification or expulsion of Trinamool Congress Member of Parliament Mahua Moitra. Coming to the constitutional provisions and the legal provisions of expulsion of a member of parliament or disqualification of a member of parliament. Disqualification of a member of parliament we can classify into two. One is disqualification mentioned in the Constitution of India. Under that, the authority to disqualify is President of India. For that, multiple reasons are there. For example, if he or she holds any office of profit, if the person is declared by a court as unsound mind, if he is an undischarged insolvent means the complete bankrupt. The person has taken loan and investments and became bankrupt, and the problem of bankruptcy has not been solved by any authority. If he acquires the citizenship of a foreign country, if the person is disqualified under any law made by the parliament. Coming to the disqualification under the Representation of People's Act 1951, there are multiple disqualification if the person is found guilty of certain election offenses, or if he must not have been found guilty of any offense resulting in imprisonment for 2 years or more. The earlier disqualification of Rahul Gandhi, sometimes you might have noticed, he was given the imprisonment of 2 years, awarded the imprisonment of 2 years by a Gujarat court, and for a defamation case. Next one is detention of a person under preventive detention law. If a person is detained under any preventive detention law like UAPA, that is not counted as a disqualification, and he must not have failed to lodge an account of his election expense within the prescribed time. These are the disqualifications. Another part of disqualification, how Mahua Moitra has been disqualified and or she has been expelled from, more than disqualification, is removal from the parliament. She has been removed from the parliament for finding something immoral according to the ethics committee. Ethics committee tells that she has shared her login ID of the parliamentary membership to a private individual to ask question on behalf of her, and for that the ethics committee has alleged that she has taken the bribe for that. Then this is not a disqualification, it is a removal. Next one, suspension of a member of parliament. Sometimes you might have seen recently Raghav Chadha of Aam Aadmi Party was suspended and he was taken back to Rajya Sabha. What is suspension? Suspension is a concept managed by rules of Lok Sabha and rules of Rajya Sabha. The rule 374 and the rule 374A of Lok Sabha deals with the suspension, and the rule 256 of Rajya Sabha deals with the suspension of a member for any misbehavior inside the house. The authority to decide the suspension is the Speaker of Lok Sabha and the Chairperson of Rajya Sabha. Moving to the next news. There is a news. This news was a controversial news earlier. A Hindu woman, Akhila, she got converted into Islam, Hadia, and her parents have recently once again filed a habeas corpus in the Kerala High Court, alleging that their daughter is missing. And this habeas corpus, what is habeas corpus? We have to understand. And the habeas corpus is a constitutional remedy coming under the fundamental rights. Article 32 of Indian Constitution tells them right to constitutional remedies. If anybody is denied of their fundamental rights, there is a remedy to move directly to Supreme Court of India under Article 32. Under Article 226, there is a power to move any high court in India. Now, one of the remedies is habeas corpus. Habeas corpus, the term itself means to have the body of. That means if somebody is suspected or somebody is under the illegal confinement or illegal detention of any other person or any other authority, the concerned person or their relatives can approach the Supreme Court and High Court to get a solution to release the person. Hadia's parents are claiming that she is under the illegal confinement of somebody unknown people, but she recently, 2 days back, she came in the media and declared that she is a free individual. Whatever it is the controversy, and our point is habeas corpus. It is known as the bulwark of individual liberty. Bulwark means protector. It can be issued against a public body or a private individual. A private individual is illegally confining a person, then also it can be issued. If a public authority, police or any other authority is illegally confining a person, then also habeas corpus can be issued. Another important part from the editorial, an IC warning. An IC warning, this editorial is related to glacial lake outburst flood. What is a glacial lake? A glacial lake means near to a glacier, and maybe in front of a glacier, on the top of a glacier, or the beneath of a glacier, sometimes a lake forms. Mostly this lake is formed out of the melting of the glacier. But when this lake is growing larger, or sometimes when some earthquake happens, or heavy rain happens, or the glacial avalanche happens, that time, and these lakes are, the boundaries of the lakes are breaking down, that is creating the flood in the downstream areas, and that flood sometimes becomes very dangerous flood. In Uttarakhand's Kedarnath in 2013, there was a devastating flood because of the Chorabari Tal glacial lake has overflowed and or the boundaries were broken. Then the glacial, what is the concept of glacial lake and outburst of the floods? And you can have a research more on which are the important glacial lakes in India and which are the important incidents happen in this, the incidents of the glacial lake outburst flood happened in India. Next is a news related to private bill. Private bill seeks the power of assemblies to remove the governor. What is the bill in parliament or any state legislative assembly? We can classify into two. One is a private member's bill and second one is a public bill or government bill. Private member's bill means a bill presented by a member of parliament who is not a minister. That member of parliament might be from the ruling party, might be from the opposition party. The authority to accept or reject a presentation of a private bill is Rajya Sabha's chairperson and Lok Sabha speaker, and the person who wants to present a private bill, he should give a 1 month prior notice. Another thing, and as per the rules of parliament, a government bill can be introduced and discussed any day in the parliament. At the same time, a private bill is only discussed and introduced on Fridays. So, and in India, so far, 14 private bills have been passed. Out of them, 6 were passed in 1956, but after 1970 till today, no private bill has been passed by the parliament. Private bill has been presented, but not passed by the parliament. Recently, also a private bill was presented in the house. This is a private bill. It was introduced in the house. It was not passed so far. Next one is that Center revises wheat stock limit to rein the prices and hoarding. This is coming under Essential Commodities Act 1955. And what is Essential Commodities Act? Essential Commodities Act is managing the production, supply, distribution, trade, and commerce of the commodities which are essential to the day-to-day life of the people. This is a mechanism to prevent hoarding, black marketing, and high price increase of the essential commodities. Under this Essential Commodities Act, central government can prohibit the production, supply, distribution, and sale of essential commodity. And the main aim is to reduce the inflation of essential commodities. Which are the essential commodities? And the list of essential commodities as per the act is given on the screen. Fertilizers, pulses, edible oils, cereals, oil seeds, petroleum and allied products, seed of fruits and vegetables, sugar and sugar cane, and hang yarn made wholly from cotton, raw jute and jute textiles are coming under essential commodities. Next one is sender bans. Another another important strategy of government to reduce the onion inflation or onion price hike. Center bans onion export till March. Nasik farmers protest. But who is the authority? The authority to make the decision on export and import is Directorate General of Foreign Trade. This is a authority functioning under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They take the key decisions related to export and import. It was established in 1963. When it was established in 1963, the name was Chief Controller of Imports and Exports, and the name was renamed as Directorate General of Foreign Trade in 1991. Headquarters is in New Delhi, and they have their regional offices, and regional offices are there in the major cities of India. And the Directorate General of Foreign Trade is responsible for the following matters: the foreign trade policy revision and making, and the export and import policy, the Foreign Exchange Management Act, and the Customs Act are coming under this organization. And the body also provides the license issuing export and import license, administering export and import incentives, providing information on foreign trade regulations, and these are the major functions done by Directorate General of Foreign Trade. The last and final news we are discussing today is related to sickle cell disease. What is a sickle cell disease? It is a genetic disorder in sickle cell disease leads to the red blood cells are getting a crescent shape or a sickle shape or a crescent shape. Normally, the red blood cells will come in a disc shape. When the shape changes, it cannot move around easily in the vessel, resulting in the blocked blood flow. This can lead to an episode of severe pain, life-threatening infection, anemia, or a stroke. And in India, 30 to 40,000 children are born every year with the sickle cell disorder. These are the important news of today. I'm stopping for today. All of you, please download the please download from the description that PDF of the detailed news analysis. Again, you can take the today's examination from the description. Thank you. We'll meet again tomorrow.